Hi, this is Steve again with Triathlon Solutions, and this is another episode regarding recovery. The question always comes up is stretching important? Do we need to stretch? Just depends on who you talk to. Here at Triathlon Solutions, I highly encourage stretching. What we teach here is there's two types of stretching. We have dynamic stretching and static stretching. What we try to do the most of here is dynamic stretching. That breaks down into two types. There's the actual movements that you can simulate an activity before a race, before training, which you highly encourage. That just simply gets the body a little bit awake and opens you up to get ready for a hard effort, gets the blood moving, simulates the movement. And the other type of dynamic stretching is just where we would go slowly through certain movements, and that's the type that I sort of reserve when I go into my recovery mode. After I've done my nutrition part of recovery, and if I have the opportunity to be in a wonderful place like this and have a ice bath, chilled water, and by the way, I wish I had the camera on earlier, because as I was walking around, I saw about a 2-foot black-tip shark making a nice circle around me. So please don't tell my athletes, because I don't want them to be scared of the secret spot. So if he shows up again, I'll point it down to the water, and maybe we'll see him. But the last phase of my recovery is a phase where get in the shower after the legs are getting cold from ice, and I'll do some slow bending over type stretches, but I'm not going to take it to the intensity level as I would of a static stretch. A static stretch is where you're going to hold a position for about 30 seconds, at least that's what I do. I reserve static type stretching, and that's the stretching that most people are familiar with, where you hold it for a count or for a certain time frame. You're not moving, you're static. That's something I would reserve for the nighttime or when I don't have any more training the rest of the day. So if all my training is done by 12 noon, then I would do static stretching sometime between 12 noon and when I go to sleep. I would not do static stretching before a hard training effort, and I certainly wouldn't do it before a race. But static stretching, I think, is very important, but your legs need to be very warm as far as heat, and you don't want to have any hard efforts or athletic episodes after you do static stretching. A lot of times, if you get deep enough into your stretching and it's intense enough, then you might want to follow it up with some ice. And what I use instead of ice is I just use frozen peas, frozen corn in the bag, and I mark it do not eat, and that way I can recycle the bags over and over again, whereas you use ice, you can only use ice one time and then it melts. So thank you for another episode of Triathlon Solutions regarding recovery.